Harlequin Special Releases and HarlequinAudio present Home with You by Susan Mallery, performed by Tanya Eby. Chapter 1. "Do I get a bonus if the buyer is young and pretty?" Jean asked. Eric Mendoza tried to keep a stern expression, but it was nearly impossible when his 50-something assistant arched her eyebrows and gave him an exaggerated wink. "I think beautiful legs should play into the bonus equation as well," she continued from her seat on the other side of his desk. He held up a hand before she could detail what great breasts would be worth. "You'll get a bonus if the buyer is qualified. Looks and gender don't enter into it." "Oh, sure, you say that now, but that's because you haven't seen the buyer." Eric leaned back in his chair and sighed. "If I suggested your bonus would be based on anything else, you'd call me a sexist pig." "Or worse," Jean agreed cheerfully. "I just love the double standard. I'm older and female, so I can say what I want. You're a young, good-looking executive on the rise, so you have to be careful." "Right now, I have to be busy." He pointed to the papers on his desk. Not a very subtle hint. Jean rose. "How long?" He glanced at his computer screen. The schedule detailed there didn't leave much time for an unexpected meeting with a prospective purchaser of Property 12, but he wanted to get the house taken care of as quickly as possible. 10 minutes should be enough," he said. "All right, I'll show her in and plan to interrupt in 10 minutes. She grinned. "Should I knock before I enter, so I don't startle the two of you making out on the sofa?" "I'm going to ignore that." "Figures. But it wouldn't kill you to think about your social life from time to time. Once a quarter at least. Eric, you need a woman." "Jean, you need to stop trying to be my mother." "Someone has to be. Besides, I'm good at it." With that, she turned and headed out of the room. Eric watched her go. His assistant was back-talking, opinionated, and invaluable. Through a quirk of fate, she'd been assigned to him after his first promotion 3 years before. Her smart mouth hid both superior intelligence and fierce loyalty. During his rapid rise to middle management at Merlin County Regional Hospital, Jean had been a sounding board and a source of information. He was more than 10 years younger than any of his peers, which created both resentment and opportunity. Jean kept a lot of the former at bay. He scratched out a few more notes on his upcoming meeting, then glanced up when the door to his office opened. "Hannah Wisham Bingham to see you," Jean said in her courteous, "you're the boss" voice. Savvy as always, Jean only tortured him in private. Eric set down his pen and rose. He was halfway across the room before both the name and the woman's appearance registered. "Hannah." He studied the tall, slender blonde in his doorway, comparing her with the slightly gawky teenager he remembered from long ago summers spent by the lake. Her eyes were still bright green cat's eyes, and her smile was familiar, but everything else had grown up, in the best way possible. Her smile widened and a dimple appeared. "Eric, it's great to see you." She stepped into the room and glanced around. "Big office, a view. I'm impressed." Behind Hannah's back, Jean gave him a thumbs up of approval. He chuckled, then motioned to the sofa in the corner. "Hannah, please have a seat." When they were both settled and alone, he angled toward her. "This is a surprise. I didn't know you were back in town." "I just got in a couple of days ago. I'm interested in buying a house. I went through the various listings and was surprised to find one for sale by the hospital. Or is selling real estate something you do on the side?" "I'm a man of many talents." "That's hardly news. So, what's the scoop?" She twisted her hand palm up as she spoke. Her long fingers moved gracefully. The tailored blazer and slim skirt she wore made her look like what she was now, a wealthy daughter of a socially prominent family. She'd come a long way from where she'd started. "The hospital provides housing for visiting doctors and their families," he said. "It's one way we attract the best and the brightest. The house up for sale is one of our properties. It's a great place, with views of the mountains and the lake, but it's a little too far out of town for doctors on call. I suggested we sell it and buy something closer to town. The board agreed with me." "I see. So you're in charge of getting rid of the old and buying the new, right?" "I've already bought the new." "Why am I not
Sample complete. Ready to continue?